All right. I think I finally am live. How do I get a preview? Oh man, this is crazy. I don't know. I'm having to do this differently. Things have changed. I had a strike on my channel, and I haven't been able to. I got shut down there for a bit. I couldn't upload videos, couldn't live stream. Oh boy. Is there anybody listening? It's hard for me to tell what's going on. I can't. Let me go to my man, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Maybe I have to go back to Google Hangouts or something like that. Oh, here we are. What's this? What's this? Oh, I think I figured it out. It says 2 watching now. All right. Hey, all right. So I found you guys. All right, my channel had a strike on it, and I really couldn't do anything there for a while. All right, cool. So I'm finally live streaming again. So let me see if I can. So how do I screen share with this? There's end stream. Oh man. How do I screen share with this? This is all different. I can't use the regular. I wonder if I have to well, what I can do is just do this. This is what I'll do. I'm very unconventional, so I'll usually figure out a way to do something. So here I am. I figured out a way to get back on here live and let you guys know what's going on. Now I'm going to show you some crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. So let me first preface this by saying that the guy, okay, I don't know, maybe a couple years ago, my sister was in a relationship with this guy, and it's using this camera. It's not using my webcam. Weird. Okay, so now this camera's working. That's funny because I destroyed this. I literally like punched the screen on my laptop, and it doesn't work, but the camera's working. So whatever. I have no idea. All right, so whatever. I went and bought a camera. Now my camera's working. I don't understand people. Okay, let me I didn't know if this was going to work. I've been basically pulling my hair out. Okay, so I can't, or I guess what I'm going to have to do is pick up my whole computer. Oh, this is crazy. Let me see. I have to pick up my whole laptop. Fucking telling you, man. Nothing can be simple anymore. Let me okay, first of all, okay, so I remember I told you, if anybody who's been watching my channel for a while, There was a point where a couple of years ago, my sister had a boyfriend, you know, who was like very blue pill guy. Because even though my sister is pretty much red pilled and talks about a lot of the corruption in the government and on and on, you know, and you know, she's constantly debating with liberals on Facebook. She still picks very blue pill guys to go out with. And this guy was like 6'5", like really big, really large guy. Drove around on like you know, a fucking like 1200 cc like rice burner, you know, like a Hayabusa or something. And so me and him basically almost had an altercation because he was threatening to beat up to like literally do harm to my family. Like my sister was trying to break up with him, kick him out. He wouldn't leave, and then he was like threatening to beat up my father, to beat me up, to beat my nephew Will up. So I went over there, basically, or first I went to the police and told them, you know, I'm getting ready to use force on this guy. Then he came after me in public in his underwear. That was like all right. The point is this guy, okay, so we finally, like, basically he came after me in public out across the street in his underwear. He like, I'm pretty sure him and my sister were probably partying, and he was in his underwear and a fight broke out, and she ran out the door, got in her car, you know, backed into a tree, and then peeled out of our driveway. And he came out the window while she was, you know, like, you know, after she backed into the tree. And like, he didn't come out the door. He literally came out the window, shades all like, and in his underwear. And he there's a point to this. There's a point to the story. And then I was like, "What?" And he chases their van. She had a big white van, you know, and she like peels out of the driveway, you know, at a very unsafe speed to get away from him in his underwear. And then I'm like, I'm like coming out of the store across the street, you know, getting ice cream or something like, yeah, you know, with the munchies. And let me see. Okay, so I'm just seeing it. Whoever's watching, there's 6 people watching. Thanks for tuning in. So my point being is that, so I'm coming out of the store like, da da da, and I see all this. I'm like, I see smash, and like, you know what I mean? And then like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then he looks at me and he's like, what? You got something to say? And he runs across the street in nothing but his underwear, barefoot, and boxer briefs. And he's like huge, you know. I'm like looking up at him, like, and he's just like, you know, and I'm just like, and I just was like, ugh. So anyway, let me show you what. So this guy got knocked the fuck out at Cumbies, and it's on video now, so you guys get to see it firsthand. I'm going to show you this if I can pull this off. This dude got knocked out at Cumbies, and you know, basically calling a black guy a nigga. Let me see if you guys can see the screen. Yeah, you can see it. So here it is. Basically, I can't screen share, but the whole scene is on it's on Facebook. It's at I should just actually give the link. I'll put the link in there, and you guys can go watch the video for yourself. That's what I'll do. Yeah, this guy. Let me give you guys the link. So this guy Okay, you don't see him. Basically, the video starts out. You can see his motorcycle, though, his Hayabusa, is knocked over on the ground. Yeah, I'll just put that right in the chat. Here's the live stream. Here's the link. Should go right to the video. It's on Cumby. What is it? AM Cumbies, 1 a.m. or Cumby Chronicles or something like that. You guys should be able to check it out. It is hilarious. Yeah, it should be. How come it's taken so long to fucking... I'm telling you, people. I'm having serious technical issues now because YouTube's changing up on me. It won't let me live stream the old way, so I just had to figure out a different way to live stream. And it's like, you know, I can't screen share. So I'm just... Is it still... There it is. Okay, so that is the... So basically the video starts out and you can see his motorcycle laying on the ground. And he's already been knocked out, and his daughter is like, look at me, and he's like, duh, you know what I mean? But you know, you can see he's like wobbly. He doesn't even know where he is because he just got knocked out. And the daughter's like telling the dude to stay away, and then he pushes her, tries to hit her. She does better in a fight than him. Haha. If you go watch this, and then a single mama with her baby steps right into the middle of the fight because, of course, women are taught that they're Wonder Woman. So, hey, MGTOW Warrior. So go watch the video for entertainment. This is the guy. This is the guy that I was like, get the out of my face, and I almost killed him. I pushed him out into the road. So he's at Cumby's late at night on his motorcycle downtown. It's a store. Nobody in their right mind should be there, but he's a tough guy. He's 6'5", and he's probably looking to get his dick sucked or something because that's where all the hookers hang out. But that's where all the hookers are allowed to hang out and prostitute and spread diseases so that the police can probably use them as informants. And you know, we all know what goes on in our society now. The women can whore around. There's a woman down there at Cumby's at 1 a.m. in the morning with her child on her hip in the middle of a fight between this guy that I got in a fight with and a black dude that he called I already said, you know, the N-word, basically called him a nigger. And the dude's like, oh, what, I'm a nigger? Oh, what? Through the whole fight, the dude's like, oh, what, I'm a nigger? Oh, I'm a nigger, like that? Oh, I'm like, what a mess, man. This country is a mess, man. And oh, what's up, McHenry? McHenry, you're getting squashed. McHenry, I still got, oh man, McHenry's still haunting us, huh? McHenry, it's good to see you. You're here to get red pilled. Listen up close, McHenry. So not only that, I want you to check this out. Let me see if I can go full screen with this. We can at least listen to it. So I called the Hake report, and I talked to Hake, and we can at least listen to it. I'm pretty sure. Maybe you can't see it, but it starts at about 3 hours, 17 minutes, and 20 seconds. I called in. Let's see if you guys can hear the phone call. Now remember, I'm trying to debate this guy, and he's constantly name calling, saying or basically the same thing as name calling. He's minimizing my argument, saying I'm crying victim. So I didn't get one of the points that I wanted to make is me talking about this stuff isn't me playing victim. It's me using my First Amendment to tell the truth. to say what's going on. But you're saying that I'm playing a victim, but I didn't get to say that because it's almost like I don't want to say that they're doing it on purpose because I kind of like the Jesse Lee Peterson show, and he did kind of recant after my call a little bit and hold the police responsible a little bit. But let's see if you can hear what I'm saying. Maybe you can watch it too. Actually, see if you can see. I got it full screen this time. Everything's just crazy. Crazy. Yeah, here I am. Here I am. So let's see if you guys can see that. Can you guys see the James Hake report? Yeah, you can see it. All right, cool. So I'm trying to do everything. I got the mouse. I'm doing the mouse from the other side of the computer backwards and shit. All right, so okay. Now it's doing this shit. You saw what it just did. Hang on a second. Let me get the audio working. So I can't get the audio work. My speaker's working all of a sudden. Now my speakers are screwing up on me. Hang on a second now. I'm telling you, man. I got everything in the world working against me when I do this shit. Now my speakers aren't working at all. It seems like they were just, I've been having issues with my speakers and now they're not, I'm hearing and shit. But they won't kick in at all. You've got to be, I just listened to this. I just did a mic check on my channel with my speakers. Now they're not going to work. They won't work no matter what I do now. Hang on a second, people. It's got to be something, doesn't it? It's almost like there's something muted. Yeah, it is muted, isn't it? How is that muted? Now there's a delay when I click things. Now I click.
The issue I have with the police is that there's certain things
that
no matter who's in charge, namely the
now there's delays on when I click something.
That
oh yeah, man, there's all kinds of stuff happening now. I'm telling you.
And I can sympathize with that. They're not helping. We have frivolous lawsuits driving up the cost of insurance. We have family courts are a racket. Then you may things that we learned from the entrepreneur and adult liberals are evil.
317.
But it goes on in our personal lives too. So anyways, I just wanted to rant about that before I get to some of the stuff that I wanted to mention yesterday from my Sunday show. But let me get to some calls first. Stuart, first time caller out of Massachusetts. Stuart, how are you?
Good. Am I on?
Yes, sir, you are.
Good. I feel honored. I'm on the hake report. This is awesome.
Nice.
Before I talk about what I want to talk about, because I'm about a little bit of a bone with Jesse, I first want to say that he's actually helped me with my anger.
Okay.
I'm getting my anger more in check. Not that I was super angry all the time. Not at my parents anyway. I'm angry at the society.
Were you ever angry at your parents?
Angry. So he's helping me with that.
Were you ever angry at your parents?
Yep, I was, but I made amends after I got saved. I was like 25, and I started realizing that my parents got fooled by this giant psyop going on, and just trusted the public schools, and just trusted the news and the media, and they trusted the teachers and the principals over their son, because you know what I mean. And I couldn't express to them all this that was going on when I was younger.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. So I eventually forgave them that they couldn't see the truth. They're waking up now though.
Good. Nice.
What I did want to talk about is my issue with the police.
Okay.
And and I also want to look into your Entrepreneur Academy. I think I'm going to take some courses.
Right on. How old are you?
I'm 50. Is that too old?
I don't know. You could try. You could hit us up.
I think if I could learn something, then I can learn something, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I want to talk about the police, and I have the answers to this, and I don't expect you to have the answers to it. Maybe you could just speak to it after I get off the phone. But the issue I have with the police is that there's certain things that no matter who's in charge, namely the family courts and the way fathers are treated, and that no matter who's in charge, the Democrats or the Republicans, the court, the system is the same. And people, I hear the conservatives, they contradict themselves. They're talking about how bad public schools are, but then they love the police, but then the police back up the public schools. And they talk about how bad the family courts are, but then the police back up the family courts. Do you see what I'm saying? And I see this contradiction between, that the police back up these entities that we don't like, and it's their job, and it's like they're just doing their job to get a paycheck, and that's not what they're there for.
So they're
supposed to be there to uphold the Constitution.
So are you saying that the police are forcing people to go to public school or something?
Pretty much. Okay, we're at a point like we're told to homeschool. Like you can just go, oh, okay, I'll homeschool. It doesn't work like that. It takes time. It takes money. But I'll give you an example. My children are supposed to be my property, the mother of my kids alienated my kids from me for 10 years. Now, if I wasn't as smart if I hadn't learned everything that I learned, and I just went to her door, if I just found out where she was, where's the mother of my kids? Grabbing people in the alleyways and shaking them around, and where's my kids? And I went to her door and knocked on her door and said, okay, I'm here to get my kids now. I said this to a lady who's a mother yesterday. We were talking outside the supermarket. I said to her, what do you think would have happened if I did that and just went to the mother's door, banged on the door and said, all right, you haven't let me see my kids in 10 years. I want my kids now. I said, what do you think she would have done?
Oh, I see. So you're saying that the police would have come and get you. Yeah.
And the police would have come and directed if I didn't cooperate with them, they would have either beat me up or killed me in front of my kids.
I'm aware
that you got to go to the family court, which are completely unconstitutional and illegal.
Yeah. Stuart, that's because the police are there to enforce law. The laws are bad laws now. And regardless,
they're there to enforce the Constitution.
Right, but they're there to, the sheriffs swear to the Constitution. I don't know about the police in particular.
Well,
but
I would listen, is what you're saying.
Listen, you're interrupting me.
No,
Stuart,
father,
calm down, man.
And what I mean?
Stuart, calm down, man. I'm trying to
go ahead.
decipher what you're talking about. So the police are there to enforce the laws, and they don't know much about the Constitution. These police are basically just pawns of these liberal judges. And these liberal judges are there regardless of whether it's conservatives or liberals in office, which is why Trump has. Hey, listen.
This is how it's supposed to work.
Hold on, man. Trump can't even build the wall because of these courts. He can't even make the military enforce the borders because of these liberal courts. And it sounds too like you messed up. You got with the wrong woman, or some type of situation happened, and now you want to blame the police for it, where it's not necessarily the police's fault. Yes, they should.
So the pro-father people
but
say women should have all the kids.
People in general are becoming corrupt. So of course there's going to be bad situations that happen with police, because the police are humans too, like you, corrupt like you, messing up like you, and weak like you.
So punish my kids.
You, man.
So conservative Christians want to punish
in this country, we only hire police so that we can go about doing other things, and we're not taking up our whole day investigating things. In this country, the way it's supposed to work is we're the government. Okay, let me take you to a founding father.
No, listen, man. I don't have a lot of time for that. Listen,
you have tyranny, and
Stuart,
the police are the government.
Right, it's
when
because
the government fear the people, you have justice, and the police are not afraid of conservatives. They're not afraid of us, and if they're directing us to illegal, unlawful,
but because you don't have
across the country,
because you've lost your Stuart.
Point. Let me talk first.
You've lost your natural authority.
Point, we're supposed to turn.
I gotta go, man. If you don't shut up, I have to hang up on you, man. You're hung up on this victimhood thing. And
crimes have been committed against men, and it's victim
blame. You have to blame yourself first.
My property was stolen. My children were stolen.
And I talked about how MGTOW and incels.
You see this
and then
stuff?
guys like you with this divorce.
You see how this works? Men have had crimes committed against them, and have paid the state to take their children from them, and it's crying victimhood. But I couldn't make that because I couldn't make these points because he kept threatening me and calling me a victim. Basically calling me what's the word for they call liberals? A little flower, a delicate little flower, or something, basically. You know what I mean? Like, like I'm crying over, like he's making it sound like I'm a liberal throwing a fit on campus because somebody said, I got my lunch in a brown paper bag, and someone went, "Oh, you use the word brown? That's racist." And he's acting like I'm a liberal. You know what I mean? When my children, when I'm talking about men who've had their children stolen from them, this is what's got to stop. This guy considers himself a Christian, and I guess on the side of conservative Christians because he says he doesn't care about liberal or conservative. But as a Christian, you wouldn't tell a father who was talking about the courts and police helping women yank children out of their arms, basically. As you wouldn't say they were just being victims. You would be like, well, you made a mistake. You had a kid out of wedlock, but that's no reason for the kid to suffer now and be with a bad mother. Obviously you may have had a kid with the wrong woman, but she had a kid with the right guy because you're trying to step up to the plate and be a father. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be, oh, you had a kid with the wrong woman. It should be, oh, she had a kid with the right guy. That's what they should be saying.
It's in custody battle. You're complaining about the police, but you're basically acting like a victim. You're acting like the blacks, complaining about police. And yeah, there are injustices that happen, but it's you. You can't be a victim like that.
I'm not a victim. I want to take control.
Yeah, you are. You're a victim. You're complaining.
That's not being a victim.
Yeah, it is.
The mother isn't punished for me. So
the mother. It doesn't matter, man.
It's a wedlock, and my kids should be used.
That's the reality, man. You have to deal with the reality.
That's none of that makes. That's not conservative. That's not a conservative.
I don't care about conservative. I care about what's
Women
right.
don't want to get married anymore, James. They want to go on welfare. They're not listening to them, man.
You
You
keep blaming them, but
all the time.
What's right is to not let kids grow up with abusive single mothers. What's right. He wouldn't even let me talk. What's right is for kids to not grow up with single abusive mothers and be alienated from their fathers. And that's also conservative. It's what's conservative and it's what's right.
You're blaming them, but it doesn't going to make you
I'm
better.
not blaming them. I had a kid out of wedlock, but they're still my kids.
Right.
And the police will kill me if I go try to see them. Because you can't in a legal court.
Because you can't be a
the
psycho.
Police
You know that.
also got caught dressing up as Antifa in Oregon. Did you hear about that?
A cop did.
So I can't.
The police in 2009. Everyone.
So I just said I can't just go see my kids, or the police will kill me. And he said you can't be a psycho. See how this is? This is a Christian saying these things to me. This is a Christian saying these things to me. But the police can be psychos. I just told them the police dressed up as Antifa in 2009. Back then they were just basically called anarchists, but same thing. They were, at the G20 summit in 2009, the police got caught dressing up as the masked Antifa type guys running around, kicking in cop car windshields right outside the police station. And then everyone went, it is suspicious. Where were all the police while this was going on? You know what I'm saying? Because it was the police breaking up a peaceful right-wing Christian demonstration. So the police are making paychecks off of all this, the family courts. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing what's right, using my First Amendment, speaking out, and he's saying I'm playing a victim. and he's trying, and these Christians are dancing around. Then he's like, oh, I'm for what's right. Well, I'm for what's right too. Me taking, if I'm going to be paying for children, I'm going to be in control. I'm going to have control. There's no if and buts or in between. He won't back down, but he did later. I will say, if you watch this, he later on recants a little bit and says, yeah, I was just kind of saying that the police that are doing wrong, he did say, the police that are doing the wrong thing have to be blamed too. We can't make exceptions for them. Right. I can't be held to a higher standard than the police, Mr. Hake. I'm going to call in again and I'm going to be like, I want to talk about how men having their children robbed from them and being made to pay support to it is not being a victim. It's using the First Amendment to call out crimes. I'm going to call back again. I'm going to call him again, people, because we're going to have this debate live. I'm going to take it to the next. That's his point, and he's for what's right. So my next time I call, I'm going to talk to Jesse, or I'm going to get through unless they, unless there's. I will call. Man, I'm telling you, I will call. Is there people still? All right, good. So you guys did see that, because I hear. All right, listen. I'm gonna call. I will call on dang speakerphone if they're I can't remember they're the people that answer the phone, that they're little gatekeepers. I'm getting old. I can't remember all these terms on the fly anymore. They're little monitors. If I can't get past their monitors, I'll do it live and show you that they're shutting me down. But by next time I'm going to call, I'm going to say I want to continue where I left off and make the point that you guys keep saying men that are having their children robbed from them by liberal judges in family courts. He just said he's saying he was playing the liberal. He mentioned liberal judges, police being at the mercy of liberal judges, which they're not. The courts are illegal, so the police should be arresting the judges, and the judges The courts are private. They're owned by the judges, but they still cash public bonds and make money and pay all their bills. You understand what I'm saying? They're supposedly private, nonprofit, but there's no jury. They're completely unconstitutional, illegal courts set up by bureaucratic entities, never approved, just set up, you know what I mean, under color of law. And basically, so he was playing the liberal Republican game, and he said, "Oh, the liberal judges." So then I said, "None of that is conservative." And then he said, "I don't care about liberal or conservative. I care about what's right," which is why I was calling in, because that's where I'm not liberal or conservative either. I'm for right and wrong too. So yeah, I know. I understand Sweeney. He is a talking head, but he is there to deceive. But I'm going to expose him then as a talking head. And you know what I mean? And maybe if he's getting paid, I don't know. I can't prove that. I can't prove that. Terminator, those types of men protects women. Yes. You were making great points. Yes, I was trying to, even though he was threatening. He wouldn't let me talk. And then when I did talk, he was threatening. He was calling me, saying I was just playing victim and threatening to hang up on me if I didn't shut up. I'm telling you, man, this is all getting suppressed, man, and we can't let it get suppressed. My channel's being suppressed, but this is what's going on. I have court soon to try to see I'm basically going to start scheduling visits with my kids, at my parents' house in private instead of in a public place. I wanted to meet with my kids in a public place so that they could get to know me before you know what I mean? And then before I start just bringing them over my parents for a whole day, you know what I mean? I don't want them to, be uncomfortable or whatever. So that's what's been going on with me. I'm at work. I get a video. Oh yeah, that dude you got in a fight with, that your sister, kicked out. Yeah, he got knocked out at Cumbies, and he's on Facebook. Just watch those videos, man. It is a mess. Nobody could hit the black guy. There's like one big, even taller dude than Dean. This guy looks like he's fucking 7 feet tall. He comes in and he's like, ooh. These guys that box all like, ooh, like they're dancing around like they're Muhammad Ali or something. It's like, I don't fight like that. I'm like, stay away, stay away. And if you come in, I'm just like, bang. You know what I mean? That's how I fight. I'm like, bang, 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 bang. That's how I fight. I let someone, like, as soon as you come in to push me or whatever, as soon as you, or if you even try to get that close to me, I'm like, don't come. I'll be like, don't come. I'll be like, don't come near me. Don't come near me, motherfucker. I don't trust you. Don't come near me. You know what I'm saying? I'll do that shit type of shit. That's how I don't fucking do the whole like, ooh, and dance around. But it is some funny video to watch though. Yeah, share and like the stream, people. Yeah, snowflake. Thank you, Phil. He was trying to say that I am a snowflake, people. That I'm a snowflake. I'm showing you video of a 6'5" guy that I pushed out into the road getting knocked out at Cumbies, but I'm a snowflake. I'm just saying, man, this country is just crazy right now. And I don't think they're ever going to let it crash. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say that MGTOW talking about women is redeeming men. See, the narrative has been controlled by women for 30 years, and only men have been put down. You know what I mean? In the as far as with regards to family and fatherhood and child, it was only deadbeat. There was nothing about deadbeat moms all throughout the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and kids were all. It was just assumed to give all the kids to women where they'll be safe, and the kids are not safe with women. They're in foster care. They're in the paper killing them, baking them in microwaves, drowning them, burning them. You know what I mean? The women can't even handle it, doing drugs, pimping their baby, having oral sex with their male infants, you know what I mean, for heroin. You know what I mean? So the dialogue is now, we're directing the dialogue on women. So we're like, no, women do this, women do this, women do that. What we're doing is bringing women down to a human level. We're not putting women down. We're taking them off their pedestal by talking smack about them. So, because everybody, it was fine for them to talk smack about fathers and call them all deadbeat dads for 30 years while the family courts were running over men. Every little thing they did, using it against them while making excuses for the women that it was the men's fault. So I don't want to hear about it. We are redeeming men, saying, no, women do this too. Women do all that too. Women do this too. So why are the kids all with the women? Women are human. Women do all this too. No, that's just the way it works. We're redeeming men by talking smack about women. People, you don't like it, do you? All you snowflakes. You don't like hearing your sacred goddess women talked about like that. No, you don't. You only talk about fathers. Only fathers get punished for out of wedlock births. No, you had a kid with the wrong woman. It's not that the wrong woman had a kid with the right man. So that woman should be forced to give those kids over to that right man. No, it's that the right man made a mistake and had kids, which are a blessing. They're trying to make kids a curse. They're trying to make kids a curse. So you see all these guys, these people don't want to have kids anymore. They've done a good job at brainwashing everybody that children are a curse. And you know what I mean? Instead of a blessing. But it's a blessing for women. When a woman has a kid, it's a blessing, but not for the father. Nope. If you had a kid with the wrong woman, she could be abusive, whatever. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. You had she didn't have kids with the right man. You had kids with the wrong woman. We're going to view it from that narrative, from that perspective. Yeah, you guys, we're crushing it right now. Don't let anybody do. There's hardly any. I look on YouTube and MGTOW is basically, YouTube has crushed it. But at the same time, and I can't do this too long because they won't let me publish the video. So I got to shut this off. I'm going to smoke some pot. I'm going to smoke some pat. Smoking pat. So anyway, but anyway, I gotta eat and stuff. I gotta walk my dog. It's getting cooler out. The sun's going down. But basically, yeah. But don't let them fool you. It's everywhere, and I mean it's everywhere I look now. People are waking up, and people are being forced to admit the truth. And I don't think they're gonna let all this crash. I think that's what people secretly want. That's what you secretly desire all this to crash so you can get back to a more natural state of living, right? Instead of the slave plantation that we're on. But remember, the people that have put all this control grid in place, they did all this for a reason. So the stock market doesn't mean shit. They're going to crash it when they want to crash it. That's why everyone's like, I said it was going to crash in 2008. I said it was going to crash now it's going to crash in 2020. They're going to let all this crash when they want it to crash. Anybody got any better info on it than me on that? Or than me? And so thanks for joining me, everybody. And click like, share, subscribe. Try to kick me up over the 1,000 subs mark, you know what I mean, or something. I don't know. If you like my channel, I'm putting out the movie. Let's watch the preview of my movie vlog, where I play the Truth Man, who is a vlogger covering. It's like it's a dark psychological thriller. And it has a really great. It has a, I'm not Steven Spielberg, the pedophile with billions of dollars or millions of dollars or whatever to make ET. So it's going to be fairly conservative on effects, but at the end, I'm going to try to do some crazy shit and leave the you know, leave the interpretation up to the viewer, but I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna make it take like a whole. It has a twist ending, and so and it's gonna be pretty cool. It shows his life, you know, buying weed from his friend. You know, he gets freaked out. Some crazy thing happens. I might put my dune buggy in there. There's like a chase scene at night in his dune buggy with some like you know, I don't want to get into it because I want to spoil it. So hey, maybe maybe I can line it up and we'll watch my my trailer for vlog now and the screen or something if I man, I'm telling you. Might be this one. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm already forgetting. I haven't worked on it in a couple of days, but I'm pretty sure this is the last. So this is an independent movie.
So in a technical way, there is a hollow earth, but not in the kook way.
All right, so let me get this lined up.
Of it completely being hollow. America is soon to be plunged into a civil war from which a fascist state will not. No, I believe we're defeating them. I think there'll be a slow sliding of third world and a kind of collapse of the Soviet Union, which is better than the
What about the idea of shape-shifting lizards controlling?
There should be credits here, but
I don't have any evidence.
I mean, these are, like I say, I could go forever, you know, that kind of covers the main ones for me. But you do get lumped in with those, with that group of people. How are you going to get away from those kind of
People develop their own palate, their own bouquet. I mean, they learn to differentiate. And you know, it's not my job to do everything perfectly or have all the answers. I've got a duty to tell the truth, expose the corruption, try to defend the innocent. And just because you have a huge genre of mainstream media lying on the truth spinning, agents of influence, you know, all of it's coming out.
I don't know how well you can see this. It's basically me riding to work, or the main character riding to his job on his bike. I had the camera, I had the phone turned vertically for the beginning just because I thought it would be interesting with music. Like right now, you would be hearing music and seeing credits. And then there I am in the cemetery.
Hello, this is the Truth Man, and I'm still after the truth, man. So it is now August 17th, 2019. A lot of very strange things have been happening. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing this video or this vlog. A plane just flew over my head, but I couldn't get my camera on time to capture it. But a lot of weird stuff, like helicopters over my house lately. You know, I'm not kidding. I'm going to upload some of that later, some footage. But my channel or my views have dropped immensely. Just out of nowhere. It's tough for me to even get 100 views now on a video, and my subs, every time I get a few subs, I lose a few subs, and it's just something's not right. So I don't know, the country's crazy, the news is crazy. You know, there's like, you know, teenagers cutting their parents' heads off. There's mass shootings almost every day now. The country's bankrupt. The government's basically illegitimate, but the police are the monopoly on force. Good people are terrified of guns. They're terrified to even defend themselves because they don't want to get in trouble. They have the book thrown at them for every little thing, while dangerous criminals are out in the street menacing us, and just everything is upside down. And I do believe that this is the crash. This is the societal breakdown. We're living in it now. I do feel the need to try to find the truth to why all this is happening.